It's time to assess students' work and give them grades. But what's the best way to assess students' group contribution as well as their individual work? This video is the third and final video in our series about group projects. In this installment, we'll address how to fairly and holistically assess students working together on a group project. There are three components to factor in a student's grade: the group submission, the peer assessment, and the individual reflection. The group submission is the project itself students submit on behalf of the group. Peer assessment is an average score students are given by their peers for their contribution to the group's work. Individual reflection is a self-assessment students do, in which instructors ask students to articulate how they specifically contributed to the process and final product of their project. We recommend 50% of a student's grade be the group grade, 30% be peer assessment, and 20% be the individual reflection. You can adjust the proportions of the grade as necessary, depending on the class and project. But bear in mind that for longer or higher stakes projects, you'll want to do all three. For this video, we'll focus on peer assessment and individual reflection. Grading the group submission will most likely be the part you're most comfortable with, given that it measures the quality of the student work rather than their process. Faculty should also ask students to assess one another's group project contributions. Collecting peer evaluations can show the instructor general trends of student engagement or disengagement. We recommend giving students a simple survey comprised of less than 5 questions. Here, you see we've created one in Google Forms you can share with your students. Once results come in, you can export them to a spreadsheet and give students an average score of their contribution based on how their peers rated them. If you're interested in learning more about Google Forms, check out the slides from a past workshop we did on the tool. Another option for collecting feedback is leveraging Peerceptive, a peer review tool available to all instructors at NYU. This tool streamlines the process of feedback and provides pre-made rubrics faculty can edit. For more information about Peerceptive, sign up for our office hours. You're almost done, but not quite. Group projects take quite a bit of time, effort, and attention, not only from faculty, but also from students. Before moving forward in the course roadmap, give students the space to reflect on the feedback they've received and on the project as a whole. Ask students reflection questions that prompt them to provide a summary of what they did, interpret feedback from their peers, and what key takeaways they'll retain from this process. Finally, here are 3 key takeaways when assessing students. Remember to factor 3 parts into a student's grade, facilitate peer assessment, and assign an individual reflection. This is our final video in a 3-part series on group projects. If you'd like help getting started or have more questions not answered by these videos, please contact the lab at our email address or schedule a consultation in the office hours link below. Happy learning!